The U.S. government has invaded, bombed, and destabilized more countries than any other country combined, certainly even within our lifetimes, but in the last century. And pretty much since World War II, it has been the U.S. government that has been the main purveyor of mass violence around the globe. So we're in this situation, man, where we are here in this sort of cone of safety of we won't get invaded by the U.S. because we are the U.S. And we talk about all the beautiful things that come from this military-industrial complex. And it's almost like Hunger Games. We're like the comfortably sitting people who get to talk about we can sit here and say things like, well, there's certainly some criticisms to be made, while hundreds of thousands of people are being mass murdered by a conglomeration of dictatorships and terrorist groups that are being sponsored by our military. So to argue that they should be the ones making both the moral and physical case for world peace is to ignore the entire history of what the U.S. military actually does. It is an argument against not just the U.S., because this is not U.S. bashing. Okay, because if Russia was in the same position we had, I can guarantee you Vladimir Putin would be the same or worse. This is an argument, and China, of course, China very bad. But this is an argument against this sort of central hegemony of any state or of any government, and to decentralize that ability to defend oneself as locally as possible, whether it's at the state level, and when I say state, I mean like government, at the national level, if you have it that way, then you could still have, bilateral and multilateral agreements and all of that stuff. But if you try to create this umbrella of this one main superpower is going to ensure everyone's peace, but also we have to pretend that they aren't mass murdering people on a regular basis and arming the terrorist groups that they use as the pretext for the justification of their growth and expansion to begin with, that's just foolishness. There's no reason to do it that way.